Hey guys, today I'm excited to give you my spoiler-free review for Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Now before we dive into this, if this is your first time here, I'd love it if you take 1 second and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any more videos like this one. Okay, let's talk about Wakanda Forever. Okay, guys, so I went into this movie feeling like I wasn't going to be emotionally ready. Like, nothing was going to prepare me for this. I was absolutely devastated when we lost Chadwick Boseman, and I felt like probably like many of you, how can we continue on without him? How will this movie do him justice? How will this movie honor him? And while I refuse to give spoilers, I will say they do a wonderful job of that. I mean, there won't be a dry eye in the house. I cried at the beginning of the movie, the middle of the movie, the end of the movie, the mid-credit scene of the movie. Like, this is intense. It is heavy. It is a lot. Because we didn't just lose this character. We didn't just lose Black Panther. We lost Chadwick. We lost Chadwick Boseman, the actor, the human, the amazing person. I mean, you see that he went out and he did all this stuff for cancer, for the kids with cancer, and he was battling it himself. I mean, it's absolutely devastating. The way they address this and the loss of T'Challa in the film is done wonderfully. I think it really honors him very well. Now, of course, the film follows the women around him, the people around him, really, his people, and what they're going through, their loss, how they're dealing with this. Of course, I mean, these actual human beings dealt with this. They were all very close, like a family on the first film. So I feel like they bring a lot of that to the movie, and it makes it extremely believable, obviously, because it is. They're really grieving. They really, truly are grieving. And that is what this movie is about. It's about grief, loss, but it's also about vengeance, okay? Which is not necessarily a good thing to have, right? People feel all sorts of different ways when they lose people, right? Anger is certainly one of them, and we do see that on screen for several different people. Now, we, of course, also get the introduction to Namor. Now, if you guys have been around my channel for a while, you know I am not a Namor fan when it comes to the comics. I'm not. I don't like him. He bothers me. He's annoying. He's full of himself, which is weird because, like, Peter Quill and Tony Stark are two of my favorite characters, and they're totally full of themselves, too. I don't know what it is about Namor. I just don't like him. I think he has dumb powers, and he annoys me. But, gosh, I hate to admit this. I'm reluctantly admitting this. But I freaking loved him in this movie. Now, I love a good villain. And the best villains don't know their villain. They're not the villain of their own story. They're a hero of their own story. They operate in the gray area. And yeah, they're willing to bend a few rules, but it's always for what they feel is the greater good. And that is what we get with Namor, I should say, in this freaking movie. And it's so good. He is so powerful and he is so incredible on screen, and he truly just steals the attention whenever he's on there. And I will say there's some great moments between him and Shuri. There really are. Now, this does feel a bit like and I said it in my tweet after I left the premiere, it feels like a war movie. Not in a bad way, not in like it's a war movie, like whatever, but no, this is like the two nations are battling, you know? And we knew we were going to get this. Fans of the comic books definitely knew we were going to get this. I mean, Atlantis, which is what it is in the comics, and Wakanda go at it several times, okay? Namor and Black Panther are, you know, sometimes they get along, but for the most part, they do not. So it made sense that we saw that happening in this movie, but it also feels like it really is just kind of representing on screen what goes on in real life, which is, again, what the first Black Panther did as well. There are these two nations who feel like outsiders, feel like they are underrepresented far too much, and they feel like they are just kind of looked over, passed over, taken advantage of sometimes, and they are just trying to not so much come together, but just deal with that on their own with the nations of Wakanda and Talokan. I probably am saying that wrong, but that's what you get. Now, there are some changes to Namor as well, which I had talked about. Namor is how it is pronounced in the movie. I've always read it as Namor, but Namor, which I love. He's got a Mayan ancestry, a Mayan origin, and it really works for this character. Now, was it done just so that people don't call him another Aquaman? I don't know, but the way it works is incredible, and of course, it is a testament to the ancestry of the actor who portrays him, who's phenomenal. Welcome to the freaking MCU, right? So good. But there's so much emotion and depth and intensity in this movie. The action scenes are phenomenal. Like, there's several of them, but then they also deal with the heavy and the grief and the loss. And it's like, it feels like an emotional roller coaster, this movie, all the way through. It's 2 hours and 40 some odd minutes. Does not feel that long. Was I at the point where I'm like, oh, I want to check my watch, or how long is this going, or why is it still happening? It felt like around 2 hours-ish to me, which is really impressive. The pacing, it flew by most parts, and it allows you to sit with stuff, and it allows you to grieve. It allows the audience to grieve as well. And I'm telling you, there were several moments in the theater where everyone was silent. I mean, dead silent. We have an incredible opening sequence, for what it is, right? It's very powerful. I guess that's maybe the word that I want to use. It's very powerful opening. I mean, it immediately puts you in there and you're like, oh, we're doing this. Okay, let's go. I don't think I was ready, but all right, here we go. And then you get just an absolutely wonderful honoring Marvel title sequence that it goes through. And then, of course, we have the film. And like I said, there's many ups and downs throughout. We have the introduction of Riri freaking Williams. Her suit is amazing. I can't wait to see more of Ironheart. I know she's getting her own series. I think she was such a good provider of like comic relief, kind of. Especially her and Shuri and Okoye. Like, the three of them together have some hilarious moments. They're so funny. There's some surprises that in store. I don't want to give spoilers again, but there's certain characters that show up that were like, ooh, okay, all right, let's see where this goes. And then it's absolutely surprising where it goes. You have Nakia, who's kind of the balance here. Like, she's the one who's kind of best dealing with the passing of T'Challa, which is weird. I mean, the Queen is incredible. Just every single person brings their A game, and it feels like what they wanted to do was really truly honor Chadwick and honor this character of T'Challa and Black Panther, and they do that very, very well. Of course, the costuming is just, it's next level. Like, and I'm not talking, just like the Wakandan outfits, of course, are amazing. The suits that we get, like I said, with Riri's suit, but like, man, oh my gosh, Namor's suit, Namora's suit, oh my gosh, the detail that goes into them is amazing. The sets are incredible. There is a lot to love about this movie. Yes, it is a long movie, but it is worth it for what it is. There's, again, a lot of action. There's some stuff that maybe feels, I don't want to say it's like it doesn't drag. Like I said, the time, it does fly by. It doesn't feel like 3 hours long. There are some moments that it feels like it could have been cut a little bit. Maybe sometimes it feels like there's just too much action. Like, some of the action sequences go a little too long. Again, they're fun and they're amazing and incredible to watch. So it's like this is me like nitpicking this movie because I really, really, truly enjoyed it from beginning to end. It's one I will watch again and again and again. There is a mid-credit scene. There's one mid-credit scene. There is no end credit scene. And the mid-credit scene is extremely important. Please stay for it. It's so good. Oh, it's so good. I'm just sitting here thinking about it, and I don't want to spoil it, but it's incredible. It's perfect. It was like the perfect finishing touch on this movie. It really was. Black Panther: Wakanda Forever is a movie about loss and grief and how that can consume you and what it can do to a person. It is extremely powerful. It is heavy. Like I said, there is a war going on here. There are lots of deaths. Like, this is insane. It's bloody. It's intense. Very similar violence-wise to the original Black Panther. So just keep that in mind when you're going to see it. There is a lot happening. It is very heavy. That's a great word for it. It is very heavy. It is emotional. It is a roller coaster, but it is phenomenal. It is so good. Everyone involved, the actors are fantastic. This is a great introduction to Namor. Again, I'm reluctantly loving him in this movie. Riri, also incredible. There's a lot to take in, but I think it is important to the greater MCU. Absolutely. There's a very powerful and strong message here about underrepresented nations, people, and just what that can do to a person, being beaten down like that a lot, pushed to the side, looked over, ignored, stuff like that. It's intense. It's powerful. It's incredible. I highly recommend it. Like I said, you can nitpick some issues with it, sure, but overall it's a great honor for Chadwick. I think he would absolutely love this film. It is sad. It is sad to not see T'Challa. Of course it is sad to not see T'Challa. We do know we get a new Black Panther. Who that is, I will not say. But it makes sense. It makes sense. But like I said, there's a lot. It's heavy. It's intense. It's action-packed. There's some incredible stuff. Everyone is dealing with this in their own way. It is heartbreaking at times. It is heartwarming at others. It is hilarious at others. It's one of the best MCU movies. I don't know yet where I place it with the original because I love the original so much. But this one it's close. It might even beat it. I don't think it beats it though. Black Panther is just such an amazing movie. And of course you can't really fully accomplish that without Chadwick. It does feel like his absence is missed, right? His absence is felt. He is missed in this movie, but it's done in a way that makes sense and it's wonderful and it honors him. So I mean, overall, I give this a 4.5 out of 5. I really truly can't complain about stuff. Like I said, there's some nitpicks. It's a little long, you know, some action sequences go on a little too long. There's some issues here and there with like little bit of plot things, but like overall, I mean, it accomplishes what it means to accomplish. It's beautiful, it's powerful, it's intense, it's emotional, but I highly recommend it. You guys let me know if you're excited for Black Panther Wakanda Forever down below in the comments. Be sure to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more videos like this one. You guys can follow me over on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. I'm MamasGeeky over there. MamasGeeky. You can also check me out at MamasGeeky.com. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next time. Thank you so much to all my monetary supporters, my members, and my Patreons. Love you guys.